Welcome to my neighborhood, everyone, and Happy New Year. And I hope that you're not going to do any New Year's resolutions because they usually get polluted and fall off to the side. You know, what we should do is we should be trying to change our personality to change our reality. But here's the thing, okay? Today's one-a-day is called Eating is Overrated and Overstated. Now, understand something. You may not believe this, but what goes in your mouth, okay, really establishes what your physical body is going to be like, okay? And we know that people eat way too much, okay? We know that people eat too much inflammatory foods. We know that people eat when they're anxious. We know that they eat when they're bored. We know they eat when they're tired. We know that they eat when they're dehydrated. You know what? Every time that you're hungry, okay, this week, okay? Every time that you're hungry this week, if you've eaten, okay, I eat once a day. I eat one meal a day. I do blender drinks. I do carrot juicing. And then I do fulvic with water and essential oils in it. This is how I live, okay? Now, you can go, wow, but you know what? I'm a lean, keen muscle machine, and I'm alert, okay? I'm not some 64-year-old guy that forgets what he's going to say. You know, I have a staff here that are in their 20s and they can barely keep up with me, and that's the God's truth. And they won't be able to keep up with me until they do what? Until they stop eating so much food, until they stop eating so much food that's inflammatory. Now understand something. Here's the deal. The whole system out here, okay, this beautiful place that we live in, nature is wonderful, it'll save you. But the whole system out there is built that you never stop eating and that you only eat inflammatory foods. Did you know that the actual food industry is in cahoots with the pharmaceutical industry, which is in cahoots with the medical industry, which is in cahoots with the implant industry and devices industry? So guess what? First of all, we get you all anxious and we get you fearful, and we get you using food as a suppressant, right? Okay, get you eating all the time, get you nibbling, get you snacking all the time, okay? Because you've never learned how to calm your mind down, all right? And then let's do all the food groups, right? Protein, starches, vegetables, and even some fruit. Pile it all together and eat all this food and then don't digest it properly. So here's the deal. Go in and take a look in your cupboards and look in your fridge right now. Take a look at how much of your food is processed and how much of it has cancer-causing chemicals in it. Oh my God, you will just freak right out. No, take the time to do it. Now, understand the food industry is in cahoots with the pharmaceutical industry because you're going to end up eating a lot of processed food, synthetic foods, and foods with chemicals in that is going to cause inflammation and pain. Then you're going to run to your doctor and he's going to give you a drug to bring down the pain and the inflammation in your body, but he doesn't really. He just disconnects the pain and the inflammation from your brain, so it's still going on. So now what you're doing is pulling calcium from your bones, crystallizing and causing tons of beef jerky scar tissue to stop the inflammation from spreading so that you don't mutate and become one big tumor. So now you go to the doctor and he gives you the drugs which numbs you out in your brain and in your physical body. So then what happens is now all the buildup of calcium, crystallization, and scar tissue, right? Now you're stiff as a bone, you can't move properly, you get fibroids, you got tumors, your hip is wearing out, your knee's wearing out. So now guess what? You get to go have surgery. Oh, and then they do the surgery, but guess what? Now they just did surgery maybe, but then you got to come back because guess what? You have disintegration of the bone and the tissue, and now we're going to put in a fake knee, a fake hip, okay? A fake breast, okay? Do I need to keep going? We're going to put mesh in your groin because your bowel is falling out of your abdomen, okay? Because you're rotting out. So understand something. So it starts off with what? Eating is overrated and overstated. I eat one meal a day. The rest of the time I'm drinking liquids, but guess what? I know who I am too. I am a spiritual being having a physical trip on this planet called Earth. No more than that. I know that I get most of my energy from the etheric and from my attitude, because my attitude creates latitude, right? So the more high vibrational I am, the more energy I have. When you're depressed, how does that feel? When you overeat, how does that feel? When you're always eating, how does that feel? You're never in your mind, you're always in your stomach, okay? So you're never ever focused on anything except digesting. And believe it or not, okay, everything that you eat and drink leaves the body. Did you hear what I said? Every vitamin, every mineral, every supplement, every drink, every bit of food leaves. The only thing that stays behind is the frequency. So if you were to just say, hey, I got this, I'm more than this. And if you were to stop complaining and explaining about what you don't have in your life and the way things aren't going well and how somebody's not loving you, because it's always going to come back to eating because you're exhausted, or it's going to come back to drugs after you're inflamed. And when you become inflamed too much, it's going to be surgery, and then you're going to be a cripple. Oh, but wait a minute. You were already crippled emotionally and you didn't know it. That's right. You were already programmed. You know what? There's not a person that I will meet today that is emotionally balanced. There is not a person that I will meet today that is emotionally balanced, because the objective out here is to unbalance you emotionally. Let me say something. Can you get through a whole day with just being grateful, with gratitude, loving your life, and going down the road and you see a car accident and you wish them well, but then you stay on your way and you mind your own business? Can you keep your nose out of the news? Can you keep your nose out of everyone else's business? Can you stop bitching about everything that's going on in life and just say, thank you for life? I know I just swore, but guess what? I want to wake you up and tell you something. I want to tell you that this is your life. You need to want it with passion and purpose, and you need to take it back, all right? And you need to mind your own business, and you need to hydrate your body with structured water and do things. Check out my perfect day guide and start getting on some nutritional things and connect to your breath. And please don't keep opting to go to the fridge, go to the cupboards, all right? Look at action, reaction, action, reaction. So today, I'm going to only take massive personal action to claim my God-given right to unlimited power. Check out our A to Z masterclass. It's free to the first 1,000. Believe it or not, we've got a couple hundred left. Okay? And just remember something. You're amazing and you're beautiful. And wherever you are and whatever problems you think you have, okay, rewrite your story and start with today. God bless.